Okay, so 9-7, solving quadratic systems. Remember, when we solve quadratic systems, you can have 3 different types of solutions. You can have no solution, right? Remember, we've done this before. You can have one solution where something intersects at one point, or you can have 2 solutions where you have 2 intersection points. Okay, so you have 1, none, 2. We, in this section, we're gonna skip some of it because some of it's like use a graphing calculators to solve these, and we don't have graphing calculators, so we're not gonna do that part. But we are gonna solve by substitution and by elimination. So, here's how we know which one we're gonna use. If they do not tell us, okay, if there's no squareds in an equation, okay, you're going to get one of those equations to set equal to y or to x, and you're gonna substitute it in and solve, okay? So let's solve this by substitution. This is already in y equals form, so I'm gonna substitute this equation in right here, right, for the y of that equation, correct? Okay, so when I rewrite this, it should say x squared plus, and then it will have parentheses, negative 3x plus 10 squared equals 10. Okay, what do I have to do with this equation right here? What do I have to do with that part? That stuff that's in parentheses, what power is it raised to?
2.
2, so how many of those are there?
2.
2 of them. So I need to do what with them?
Make 2 or
Yeah, make 2 so that I can
FOIL it.
FOIL it, good. So let's FOIL. What's negative 3x times negative 3x?
9x.
9x squared. What is negative 3x times 10?
Negative 3.
And then I have that again, so I get negative 60x, yes?
Yes.
And then what is 10 times 10?
100.
Now, what do I do from here?
Subtract 100.
No,
Oh, no.
no.
Oh, then combine.
Combine like terms, and I want it set equal to 0, so I'm gonna subtract 10,
Oh.
okay? So x squared and 9x squared gives me 10x squared minus 60x, and then I'm subtracting 10, so that I get plus 90 equals 0. What can I factor out of that right now? Can you factor something out of all of that?
10.
A 10. So then you have x squared minus 6x plus 9 equals 0. You gotta factor that. Well, multiplies to give me 9, adds to give me negative 6.
X minus 3. Can this be squared?
Yep. Okay, x minus 3 squared. Now, that means I need to take this, x minus 3, right, squared, and set it equal to
0.
0. So then x minus 3 equals 0, right? And x equals 3. Okay, now what do I do with that?
Plug it back in.
Plug it back in. Plug it
Doesn't
back
matter
in.
where you plug it in.
No, but I suggest just plugging it into this equation because there's no squareds,
Mm-hmm.
and life becomes easier that way. Okay, so I'm going to take my answer of x equals 3, and I'm going to say y equals negative 3 times 3 plus 10. So y equals negative 9 plus 10, which means y equals 1. So my solution is 3, 1. Solved by substitution. Okay, so this substitution is a little trickier in the sense that you have squareds, which means you have to be able to factor. Okay, you're going to be factoring. Now, the other type of thing that we've talked about is solving by elimination, yes, earlier. Earlier in these sections, we talked about solving by elimination. So let's solve one through elimination. I have 9x squared plus y squared minus 90x plus 216 equals 0. I have x squared minus y squared minus 16 equals 0. I want to solve by elimination. What am I gonna do? What do you wanna get rid of? What would be the easiest to get rid of in these two equations?
The y,
Y.
because they're both y squared.
Yeah, because they're both y squared. One's already positive, one's already negative. I just have to add them together. So let's do that. Let's add these things together. What is 9x squared plus x squared?
10x squared.
10x squared. Those cancel, yes?
Yes.
Bring down the negative 90x, right?
Uh-huh.
And then what's 216 minus 16?
200.
200. And they equal 0. Now, what do I do from here?
Can you take out a 10?
Yeah, take out a 10. And you get x squared minus 9 plus 20. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Equals 0. What multiplies to give me 20 adds to give me negative 9?
X minus 5, x minus 4.
Good, x minus 5, x minus 4. So then you get x equals 5 or 4, correct? Now, I have two solutions, which means I need to plug both of them in. Does that make sense? Okay, I need to plug both in to see what solutions I get. So, what equation do you want to plug it into? This equation or this equation?
Probably the bottom.
Probably the green one because it's just simpler.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's plug it in. So let's say 5 squared. We'll start with the 5. Minus y squared minus 16 equals 0. So 25 minus y squared minus 16 equals 0. What's 25 minus 16? So negative y squared plus 9 equals 0. Negative y squared equals negative 9.
Divide by y. Or negative.
Yeah. Y squared equals 9. Take the square root, right?
Then plus or minus 3.
So, I have solution of 5, 3, and I have a solution of 5, negative 3.
Now, can we just do 5 plus or minus 3, or you want it actually written out as 5?
Write two solutions out.
Okay.
Then, we have to plug 4 in. 4 squared minus y squared minus 16 equals 0. 4 squared is 16, yes?
Yes.
And 16 minus 16 is,
0.
so y squared equals 0, right? So y equals 0.
So, how do you know what?
Oh, never mind. Okay.
So I have all of these as solutions.
Oh, wait,
Okay.
so are you always gonna get a 3?
No, that means that this is probably,
Just because that was a 0.
no, it means that this probably is a graph that's like, maybe something like a hyperbola and an ellipses that overlap. Okay? Or, it could be a circle and something else that overlaps. It's going through it 3 times, or 3 separate solutions. Okay? Those are the 2 things you're gonna focus on tonight. I'm gonna give you substitution, I'm gonna give you elimination problems. You have to be able to factor to do it tonight. Does that make sense? Okay.